Hi, welcome back to my channel, and today I'll be talking about the blind witch. Now you might ask, what is a blind witch? A blind witch is a person unknowingly begin to work the flesh using controlling powers of witchcraft to get their own will. Now the blind witch is a dangerous person because the blind witch does not know that she is a witch, and the enemy will use her to destroy many lives. The enemy will use her and use her and use her and use her. And when you look at her life, all you will see is chaos and devastation because the enemy has used her so much to cause pain and hurt. But the blind witch is a dangerous person because it's not like a person that knows that they are a witch practicing witchcraft. The blind witch does not know that she too is a witch. She will look at somebody that's practicing witchcraft and doing all these things and look down on that person. But what the blind witch does not realize that she too is a witch. She may not practice witchcraft as a witch might, but she does the same thing that the witch do. The only thing is that the blind witch is a more dangerous person because the enemy will use her. The enemy will use her, abuse her, and leave her. So now I'm going to give you an example of what causes someone to become a blind witch. This example is an example of a young lady who has continually been in failed relationship after failed relationship, and now I was married and divorced, and even in my own, when I'm looking at the dating stuff now, it's like terrible. Most of the men want to come in, they don't want commitment, all they want is sex. So just think, if a young lady is looking to be married, she's looking to have a stable relationship, and all she gets right now is men that want to come in and use her and abuse her continuously. Every relationship she goes into thinking that, oh, the man doesn't even want to commit me, all he wants is his bed warmed, and constantly she goes in relationship after relationship wanting more, but all she gets is a bed warmer. So the enemy will use that. It will use, because she wants more, she wants a relationship, she might even want to be married. But what happens, every relationship she goes into, it's the same cycle. The man comes in, he uses her, he leaves her. Another man comes in, and she might even say to someone, look, all my relationships, and the man might lie and say, oh, I'm not gonna do that, and then he comes in fact, he does worse than all the previous people. So the enemy uses hurt, and then hurt, you find yourself, and I've done this too. I've said in many situations, oh, that will never happen to me again. I will make sure, as long as I live, that will never happen to me again. And that sometimes, as we say, the young lady in relationship after relationship, getting hurt after hurt, she will say, you know what, I will never let another man use me again. I will never let another man come in and just want to have sex with me and just leave me and discard me. So what the young lady will do is, the hurt will cause rebellion, and the rebellion will lead into witchcraft. I will give you another example of a married woman, married, and come to find out that her husband not only had a different lifestyle. These are just examples. Her husband had a different, not only that her husband had a different lifestyle, the husband had children, not one, two. The husband had multiple children, and the husband had another woman that he was sharing his life with, right? Now the enemy will use that too, the hurt and the pain, and then the hurt will cause rebellion, and then rebellion, the Bible says rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. Now you will, because of the hurt cause rebellion, now you'll be operating in witchcraft. And what is witchcraft? Witchcraft is a domination. You wanting to have control or influence over someone. Intimidation, trying to intimidate somebody to make them do what you want to do. Control, you want to influence people. Manipulation, and to get your own way. So the enemy will use witchcraft, domination, saying a word wrong, it's okay, intimidation, control, and manipulation. That's what that woman will start to use, because after being hurt so many times, she will say no, she's going to control her environment. If she goes into a relationship, another relationship, she will control, she will dominate, she will intimidate, and she will use manipulation. And that's when she's operating under witchcraft. Now, this woman is a dangerous woman, because unlike a witch that knows that they are a witch, this woman does not know that she too is a witch. She's not casting spells, she's not going places, but she too is operating under a spirit of witchcraft, because she seeks to dominate, she seeks to intimidate, she seeks to have control over everything and everyone in her life, and she uses manipulation. The blind witch. Unlike someone that knows that they are a witch, the blind witch is also a witch, because the blind witch is operating under a spirit of witchcraft, and the blind witch is a dangerous person, because she doesn't know that she is a witch. She will look at someone and say, "Oh, I've never been to a witch doctor. I've never been to an obia person. I've never been to someone that casts a spell." But she does the same thing too. Only thing is, she uses control, manipulation, intimidation, and domination. She does the same thing too, but the blind witch is far more dangerous, because the blind witches are usually found in churches. The blind witch will seduce the pastor. The blind witch will break up a home and sees nothing wrong with it, because why? And I've heard women say, "Well, someone did it to me. Someone did it to me," but that's not the person that you're doing it to. You're doing it to someone else. Yes, someone did it to you. Yes, someone did take your husband. Yes, someone did break up your relationship. Yes, another woman did take your husband. Another woman did break up, but it's not the person that you're doing it to. There's no sense. The rationalization doesn't make sense. So the blind witch is a very dangerous woman. And we have to search ourselves, because the enemy will use hurt. You do not live without being hurt. Sometimes you get hurt, because that's what the enemy does. He hardens you through hurt, through pain, and then he turns around and he uses you. And he uses you to destroy other people's life. Are you a blind witch?